Hello guys and welcome back to Gemini Gamer. So today we're going to be playing a new game. This is a new thing for the channel, Hearts of Iron 4. So, this is a game that requires a lot of attention, when you're doing the gameplay. So I decided to wait a little bit on doing it for a while. But right now I have time to do it and I need something long, which is basically a series of this, something very long to post through Christmas because, my family gets a little busy and stuff like that. No time to actually record. So, I decided to do this now. I wanted to do it for a while, but, performance issues with my recording software kind of hindered that, but things have improved a little bit, so I'm able to actually record at least watchable gameplay, so hopefully you enjoy it. Don't worry about the KSP or the Minecraft stuff, that's still coming out, as time goes on. KSP episodes, maybe soon, but definitely the new show is still coming out as scheduled. We missed a day, but don't worry about that stuff. So anyway, what we're going to be doing today is actually rebuild the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So, one of the harder things in the game. I recently got the expansion Death or Dishonor, so, I got it from G2A. Check out the link below to help us out using that link. Basically, it was pretty cheap. It was $5, and I think, that's probably the price you should pay for this big little expansion. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was a bad expansion. Thinking about it, $15 for like 3 focus trees is not that big of a, it's not good from Paradox to actually do that. But whatever, you know what I mean. So anyway, I ended up getting it for $5, so no big deal. So anyway, we're gonna be playing as the Kingdom of Hungary to actually be able to even rebuild the empire. So whatever. In that situation, I played a little bit before. Twice I think. I was trying to figure out the best path for me to take in order to actually be able to rebuild the empire successfully without having to deal with too many wars, but eventually we do end up going into a war with the allies, so it doesn't really matter, but we can go to war with anybody actually. So actually the allies are the easier ones due to them being unable to actually get to my border and stuff like that. So yeah. The ultimate goal, though, is to actually build the battleship and get good old Miklos Horthy over here to actually be the admiral. That gives you the actual achievement that is part of the path of you actually rebuilding the empire. I actually did it before, but I only did it as Hungary by going the Greater Hungary path, which I annexed a bunch of territory. And actually built the battleship over here in the Black Sea. I think this is it. Yeah, I think it's Black Sea. But anyway, I got a ship down there, and then I realized that I didn't have an admiral as Miklos Horthy, which means that was a bunch of wasted time. So whatever. So let's go ahead and get going. We're gonna be doing an iron mode, the mode to get the achievement, and regular difficulty in order to actually be able to do this. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So. A little glitchy, as you can see here and there. Recently there was an update and that caused even more glitchiness everywhere. So it's a little bit of a deal, a little bit of a problem. But hopefully once you get into the game here, things will run a little bit smoother. And yeah, it looks like they are 30 frames per second. Not bad, not bad. And at the beginning of the game, things are very, very smooth, as you can see. I'm playing with 2 mods, colored events. So basically, little pictures are colored. It adds a little bit of flavor to the game, and the Hearts of Iron 3 soundtrack, just to add a little bit of diversity to the music here and there. Other than that, it's vanilla. No real changes. No other focus trees other than the Death or Dishonor focus tree. So that means Romania and Yugoslavia has a focus tree, but that's pretty much it. If Bulgaria and Greece had a focus tree, that would probably be a little bit better, but they don't, so whatever. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get going with a little plan here. So again, we start off with balanced budget in order to actually get this thing going, and in order to catch up with the rest of the countries, we're going to need to put all our research towards industrial expansion. So for now we really don't need an army other than just a defensive force in case we get attacked or something like that. But other than that, we'll be fine. And let's go ahead and put up our Okay. Okay, I just realized that I had the key for increasing the speed a little bit too on the same key for the pause button for my recording device. It's kind of caused a little problems, but I'll be just using the mouse up here. I won't be pressing those buttons for now. But anyway, initial expansion, basically just get guns, a bunch of guns. I found that building a big army helps you out with annexing territories and stuff like that. But when when you're building the empire, basically your best bet is for Austria to actually allow themselves to join you. Basically, that gives you their army, their divisions, which allows you to basically double your army size, almost triple it actually. So, very cool stuff there. As if that happens, we have a very big chance of getting the Czechs to actually allow us to annex them in one go, which is a very cool thing. And if that happens, we can probably, my plan is to actually invade Yugoslavia. And hopefully with that, we have the ability to wait. Hopefully the Allies don't actually join the... they don't let them join the, the faction. And hopefully if that doesn't happen, we'll be able to annex everything. And with that, we'll be able to basically expand to Greece, maybe. And maybe even Turkey, but I don't know. But probably the plan is to expand into Yugoslavia. And then build a little fleet, a small fleet, hopefully to allow us to keep some control of the Mediterranean here. And hopefully with that, we'll be able to expand into North Africa. Maybe take the Suez. I don't know. I'm being really ambitious about this. I'm thinking that maybe we have a chance. Hopefully everything goes well. The last game play the little game I played last time, I wasn't very successful at doing that actually. So I ended up going to war with Austria, which meant I didn't have the army on my side, which meant that I had a weaker army overall, meaning I couldn't really annex the Czechs. They allowed me to puppet them, which, is cool and all, but, puppeting isn't the same as annexing, especially when you have core territory. You should never, ever, ever, ever puppet things that have core territories. Take the core territories for yourself, and then puppet the rest. But other than that, with that I had to build a bunch of junk in the Czech area, in the Czech country, Czechoslovakia. So I had to do a lot of that, which meant I couldn't really advance on my industrial capabilities, making me fall behind. And by the time I actually started to catch up with other countries, I was starting to, basically not have any really chance to actually push them out of the Balkans here, because I ended up invading Yugoslavia before the war started. And after that, I ended up getting stuck here in the mountains, which meant that I couldn't really keep pushing after that. And then I had to wait to get tanks and stuff like that. And once I had the tanks, I was able to push them out all the way out of Greece. And that was the most successful part of the little game that I played there. But if I had been able to push them out a little bit sooner and maybe get this land over here to be part of my country, like full on annexed, I would have probably been able to be more successful. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal this time. Hopefully everything goes well. And I'm going to try to expand a little bit faster than last time, which is I think the thing that failed me last time. So we'll see. Definitely, hopefully, all this area up here gets annexed. And then we can invade Yugoslavia and then wait a little bit and wait for expansion purposes. Prepare a bigger army. And then if hopefully the Germans are able to defeat the Allies, and then I'll be able to expand a little bit further down. Maybe invade Greece or, whatever it takes. And maybe even invade Poland at some point. I want to rebuild the empire, so these two provinces here have to be part of the country. But whatever, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a little while. This game, again, as I mentioned earlier, it takes a little while to actually get going. But for now, we did basically everything we had to do. So, anyway. The main goal here, though, is basically get Austria into the country first. Hopefully we can get that in this episode. I don't know how long I want the episodes to be, though. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, honestly. And another thing I recommend is starting to build military factories from the start. These two countries, Czechoslovakia and Austria, have a lot of, civilian factories, so you don't need to worry about that. So basically just start out building military factories. And also, a thing you should concentrate on researching from the start is synthetic oil. That really helps, but you know, not immediately from the start, but you know what I mean, soon. You want to do that because especially Germany ends up like with no oil like halfway through the war. So if you have oil here, they're gonna trade a lot with you, giving you a lot of civilian factories and stuff like that. So, which basically gives you just a little boost of industrial capabilities, and also it just provides rubber and oil for yourself. So basically you can expand on that, I guess. And overall, that will let you basically build more military factories with the resources. But one thing that I did end up lacking last time I played here was actual iron. I didn't have any iron or steel or whatever. Yeah, I guess it's steel, right? Yeah, steel. So I've been playing too much Minecraft. Steel. I didn't have any steel, which, you know, kind of limited the amount of stuff that I actually could build. So I had problems building ships and tanks. So hopefully, I'm able to get more steel. But I don't know where. I mean, Greece is definitely the only other spot in the Balkans here that has steel. A little bit here in Romania, but we had that. We were actually able to annex the territory from Romania that belongs to the Austrians. I saw it some in Turkey, but the problem was that Romania actually joined the Comintern, and as you can see here, Turkey is being guaranteed by Romania. So if I went to war, I was going to go to war with the Soviets, and I was not ready to go to war with the Soviet Union. So, you know, that basically limited the amount of things that I could do in that, you know, that universe, I guess I would call it. And that possibilities was very limited, so, you know, it didn't go too well. I'm gonna get the Southern Workhorse. I got the wrong one. Oh well. I should have gone the Southern Workhorse first, and then the other one after that. So, for this is one of the harder things. I find that, you know, this thing is very balanced. When you actually end up getting all the territory in the end, you're still missing a lot of factories, and you can't really compete with the other countries, which, you know, doesn't really make much sense. And I understand why a lot of people weren't happy with the expansion, but, you know, for $5, I think you should buy it. If you ever get a deal that good, you know what I mean, you should go for it. It's kind of alright. I mean, it gives you a little bit of a challenge. If you're into the game a lot and you play a lot and you want an extra challenge, you should do it, which is why I got it. And, you know, it turns out it's actually not that easy to actually rebuild this empire without, you know, doing any, like, game-breaking, you know what I mean, game-breaking mechanics of using of them, like maybe building a bunch of forts and stuff like that, and then no one can really, the AI doesn't really know how to deal with that, and then they end up draining all of their army on there, you know, stuff like that. Without doing that, I may end up doing it, honestly, but hopefully we don't have to. That's not the main goal of it, but if we need to do what we need to do, we'll do it. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? So, let's get this thing going. So, and also without going, I'm gonna try not to go fascist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to stay out of the faction game, hopefully. So maybe we can do it like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Another thing that could really ruin our day was the Germans annexing Austria. So, you know, very bad stuff. That, you know, that'll basically limit what we can do, man. Like, that would probably like kill us, like, completely. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and we can expand a little bit more. And, you know, usually if you weren't competing with another country on annexing territory, you would wait for the AI to actually do all these construction efforts, military-wise and civilian-wise, in order for you to get more factories, because you do end up getting a little bit more out of it. But, you know, when you're competing with the Germans to actually get the territory, you end up having a little bit of trouble doing that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you know, things go well, and we end up getting some time to actually annex it, and then build some factories and maybe some forts in case we do end up going to war. I do not know if the Germans are going to want to go to war with us. They usually do, which is the problem with this. They don't realize that having you as an ally is a good thing, and, you know, that kind of makes it worse. But we'll see what happens. And the way they actually survived last time was because, you know, Czechoslovakia was a puppet of mine, and they actually ended up losing the Sudetenland. So basically that caused the Germans to actually annex it, and then they didn't declare war for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird. Usually the AI is always declaring war. Germany usually loses off the bat when they declare war on Poland. They're about to defeat them, right? They have like Warsaw's like encircled. They took Krakow, they took Lodz, they took Poznan, they took Danzig. So, you know, and then they go and declare war on France and you know the Netherlands and Belgium and Luxembourg, and then they get crushed from both sides, and that's the end of it, right? So demand the referendum. That's the best bet you got for this to actually work. If it doesn't happen, you're gonna have a lot of trouble later on rebuilding your empire. So if they accept it, hopefully they do. Once they accept it, that's it, and we'll be able to use their army to help us intimidate the Czechs, and hopefully they want to become part of our country at some point. Hopefully that's what I want. So, in case they don't want to become part of your country, make sure you prepare a battle plan, especially if you're doing it like I am, where your army is very weak. And you know, at the start of the game, the Austrian army isn't strong either, but they're starting to outmatch yours easily. So make sure you get the plan ready, and then the cavalry divisions prepared to make a rush for Vienna. Once you take Vienna, the Austrians capitulate, and you can do the peace deal. So make sure that your cavalry divisions, which are the faster ones, are prepared to make a run for it to Vienna. Once they take it, it's over. But make sure you push on all fronts, but make sure you control these divisions here in the middle and make a run for Vienna. Once you take it, it's over. You won. But that's just in case they don't accept the referendum. And you know, whatever happens, you just be prepared for the opposite thing. You know, basically be prepared for the worst. And hopefully, by the time this happens, you have guns and stuff ready. So hopefully your army doesn't run out of supplies. The thing that I found is that, you know, it's just a limited manpower situation. Your army just doesn't have the ability to be completely manned, which, you know, is a pain in the butt, but whatever. Whatever happens, happens. However, you also do get a benefit from going to war with Austria. Basically, it gets rid of the national spirit that limits you from actually rebuilding your army, which is the Treaty of Trianon, which is like the Treaty of Versailles, but for Austria-Hungary. So there we go. Hopefully the Austrians accept, and we'll start doing the secret rearmament just in case. Okay, they didn't accept it, so which means we're gonna have a problem with actually annexing the Czechs, but we'll see what happens. Declare war immediately. Pause it when that happens. Declare war. The Austrians are not prepared for a war, so very cool stuff, which means you're just going to be able to walk in. As you can see, my cavalry is already going in. Very cool stuff. And we did get the secret rearmament right off the bat, which is a good thing. So now we can plan on... Actually, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. There we go. Got it. Take all states and turn. Done. And then, since we're not doing a national focus, we can immediately go with restoration of Austro-Hungary, giving us the course of all the other little Austrian states, which will give us a boost in population. And we can also now, since we broke the treaty, we can actually do a lot of stuff here. So we're gonna need more guns. First off, not that many. We still don't have any steel, which is a problem, but eventually we're good and stuff like that. So we're missing a lot of peeps though. That's the only thing, and we won't be able to expand until a little bit later here. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we're able to actually change the conscription law to volunteer only. Even, you know, it's still going to be a big boost. That's half a percentage point of our total population. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully the Czechs accept our offer to be protected by the Hungarians and the Austrians. And when that happens, we will do good. So our army is actually very well supplied now. Fully in the, you know, I mean, you know, manned, I guess. You know, it's not really a supply problem, it's more like a manned problem. We're missing men. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they accept our offer, and we'll end the episode once these this little focus goes off, and then once that happens, we'll be moving on to the next episode, hopefully. I hope. Maybe. We'll see. So yeah, let's go ahead and change our conscription law. You know, you might think, oh, why are you waiting? Just wait. Get the better conscription law. But, you know, it's 150 points right now. We need another 150 points to do it later. Might as well start working on it now. We get another 2 or 3 divisions here. The Czechs outnumber us by a lot, but we can do a little bit of work here to catch up, maybe. We'll see. I really wanted the Austrians to just allow themselves to be annexed, but, you know, it didn't happen. That's 8 whole divisions right there. It might give you enough to intimidate the Czechs enough to be annexed, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully this works out. And guys, again, hope you enjoy what I'm doing here. You know, don't worry about the other content. This channel is still, you know, very diverse. We still have a lot of stuff doing. We're doing a lot of stuff here. Kerbal Space Program mostly, some Minecraft. But you know, if you found this channel by the gameplay of the rebuilding Austrians, make sure to subscribe, and you know there'll be a lot more. If there's a lot of support for it, I'll do a lot more of Hearts of Iron 4. If you want me to do any particular challenges, I know that's a big deal in the community, challenges. So make sure to leave a comment on what you want me to do, and I'll do it. Just make sure you do, because you know I can't do them if you don't tell me. Leave a comment suggesting how I can make these videos better. Hopefully, if you don't mind, or if you like them, leave a comment on how much you like them. You know, whatever. So there we go. Restoration of Austro-Hungary. Our color changes with a little glitch there, but we fixed it now. So yeah, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We get our population boost here. Hopefully you keep watching. Daily episode. But tomorrow, I think, if this is released on a Tuesday, tomorrow we're going to be doing KSP. So if you enjoy KSP news show, basically just the news on the game, make sure to go over and look at that. Watch it. I missed a day, so we're going to get a big episode in one day, which is good stuff. A lot of news, a lot of new pictures, which is, the biggest part. So make sure to go watch it. And again, like, subscribe, and comment. And click on the notification bell to get notifications when I release new episodes. And hopefully you stay and keep on watching the series. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.